Hey everyone, welcome back to Massey's Tiny Motors. Hope you're doing well, and hope that you're finding something to do. Today I'm on the Mten3, and I think I have about 50 miles on this sucker today, so we're going to put a little bit more mileage onto it, and see how it does. And I apologize if I don't have much to talk about. As you know, and you can feel, it's been quite a few strange days recently. So this is my version of social distancing. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for it. So I'll talk about this little baby Mten3. It's been a lot of fun getting used to it. It really is just like a very relaxing wheel. You're not in a hurry on this thing, that's for sure. And I think it's about the same sort of speed that you would expect just kind of cruising around on a bicycle. It's really nice. So today I thought I'd do a slightly different route and go down to the waterfront. See that right there, where you can kind of just stay still on the wheel. That's why the Mten3 is awesome. That's why you should buy one for $5.99 from eWheels. Also, I wanted to make a little bit of a correction. In my unboxing video, I said that I had to go to my local bike shop in order to get one of those little adapters for the Schrader valve, and I was correct. I did go do that, but it's because I was an idiot, and I didn't look far enough, deep enough into the box, where, lo and behold, there was a little adapter that Jason at eWheels provided. So, just so you know, you don't have to go out and do that. But I've got the tire pumped up to, I think, around 45, and it feels really good. You do have to pump up this tire quite a bit because it's so small and there's such a little amount of sidewall. And actually, it's quite scary. Oh, I got some beeps there. It's quite scary because you can't really tell if the tire is flat on this thing. You could probably do like a mile since the sidewall is so small and it can support your weight basically with no tire pressure. So look out for that. But be sure to be silly and have fun. Yeah, I love this little thing. Oh, they're letting me go. Thank you. I know you're being generous, but not everyone else is generous. How do you guys feel about that? When like people let you go, you know, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, go," but there's like 2 lanes of traffic, and it's like just because you're going doesn't mean the other person isn't gonna want to go 1,000 miles an hour through that intersection. Thumbs up or thumbs down for letting people go, you guys. Let me know. Yeah, for such a small wheel, for such a tiny little 10-inch wheel, it feels really nice. Just kind of cruising around town. You don't have to think about it much. Every once in a while you get a beep and it's like, hey, that's fast for me. But that's part of fun. That is part of the fun. This wheel forces you to have just a nice cruising, shredding time. There's not much else to say about it. Ah, look at the beautiful day we have. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I need to trigger the sensor. There we go. We have these really cool things in Portland where if you're in a specific spot on the street, you can trigger a sensor, and it doesn't look like it's working, so just as I'm talking about it. We have these really cool things, you guys. Promise. Oh, okay, it did see me. Got it. But it has a little blue light, and the blue light turns on when it senses you, and it lets you know that you are respected and viewed as a citizen of the world trying to cross the street. It's pretty great. I feel like I'm not going that fast. And, this is the 67 volt. So, I guess you just kind of ride the beeps on this thing. I don't feel tilt back. The interesting thing, I hear beeps, but I don't feel any tilt back. But I keep having to remind myself that it is not my 16X. It is not my 16X. I cannot go as fast. So, gotta keep reminding myself that. So we're gonna do a little bit of a waterfront trail loop, possibly. Um, haven't been downtown yet since this whole entire crazy thing broke out. But yeah, I don't know what to expect. So I guess we'll find out together, everybody. But I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over one of my favorite bridges, which is the Telecom Crossing, which was constructed in 2016, and it is a gorgeous, beautiful bridge. Amazing piece of architecture. Wow, okay, seriously? Somebody in the comments, tell me why I'm setting off all these beeps. I really feel like I'm not going faster than like 15 miles an hour. Maybe it's something that just takes time for the wheel to like stop being such a grumpy grump. I don't know. Just charge it up. We should have full battery. Well, at this rate, I probably have like 85%, but I can't check because my phone is you. Yeah, little tiny baby cars. Little tiny baby cars. Yes. Whoa. And every once in a while, a beep. a beep that lets you know, hey, I am small. I am a small wheel. Man, it is gorgeous out today. If you could see, like, what I see. If you could only see what I see. Okay, the train tracks. Okay, it only appears to be the max line, so everything should be fine, but every once in a while they run freight trains past here, and it takes forever. And apparently, I don't know if this is correct, but apparently some of the freight trains that they run through this section are remote controlled, which makes you feel a little bit different about it when the giant freight train is going past you. You know, there's a little bit of a different feeling when it's remote controlled. I guess there's still an operator, but yeah, it's weird that trains, like, you know, the thing that you always think of with a conductor, are now going to become automated. There we go. Do some tiny, tiny little itty bitty circles. Woo! Okay, it is green. So I noticed in my last video on the 16X ride that I had this really annoying popping microphone sound from my AirPods Pro. So in this video, I'm trying to talk quieter, and I'm also using my first generation AirPods. So we'll see what happens. If it has that crackle and pop again, I am sorry. What a nice little cruising wheel. I mean, for $5.99, you know, this is, you're not paying for speed. Let's just put it that way. But 800-watt motor and a 10-inch tire, sheesh. All of these like small little movements, man, it just feels like it has a mind of its own, and it's awesome. Totally awesome. All right, I think we're going to be coming up on the Tillicum crossing here pretty soon. I'm getting some looks. I don't know. This is my form of exercise, officer. This is how I get outside. that's that's actually what I'll say though, like, because I mean, it's the truth. I tried to go on a run the other day, and like my allergies and running for the first time in 1,000 years made me feel like I had trouble breathing, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to be put on a ventilator and all sorts of stuff. But luckily, that wasn't the case. It was just me being out of shape. Okay, we are getting very close. I don't know if I can swing the camera around enough, but that is the Tillicum crossing over there. So it's gorgeous. What a gorgeous, gorgeous bridge. It's brand new too, which is both like comforting and also scary. Right? It's one of those paradoxes where, like, I'll call it the 737 MAX paradox. Brand new plane that didn't do so well versus older planes, which feel more sketchy, but technically they've got a lot of air miles underneath their belts, and they're proven. It's the same thing with bridges. And this might be a super fancy new bridge, and it really is a oh, ah, really is a gorgeous bridge. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. But who knows? It just might fail. Just might crack in half right now. Ugh. What a fun time. What a fun time. This little wheel got me all the way up here. And it doesn't feel dangerous, you know. The When the speed is limited to around 15 miles an hour or 16 miles an hour, it just doesn't feel dangerous. Especially when you're all geared up like I am, because I'm wearing all my gear that I use for the 16X. And I mean, yeah, sure, a tumble would suck, but the 16X tumble, that's that's what I worry about. I worry about that. I just want to be vulnerable with you guys and tell you I worry. All right, what do we do? Where do we go? I think we can go along here just for a little bit. I don't necessarily want to go downtown, but we could shoot by it and not try to get close to anybody, I guess. I should call this electric unicycle quarantine tips. Ooh, we got some sort of filming going on over here. All right, we got a nice strip of road. Ooh. I'm not used to how to make this shred. Let's go in here. Mm-hmm. All right, everybody. We are now on the waterfront. And there are all the big, brand new apartments. It's a nice place. Oh, by the way, if you're gonna get an electric unicycle, uh, stay away from dogs. Dogs don't like us. They don't like our kind. They will bark at you. They will tug at their owners. And you will be wondering what to do. Hmm. I wonder if I can like disable if that's like a first alarm versus a secondary alarm. because it's happening a lot. And I don't feel like I'm going at the maximum pace that this 800-watt motor can go, but maybe I'm maxing out the battery, who knows? 67 volts. How many times can I say 67 volts? Oh, you know, this wheel's 67 volts. I'm just kidding. But yeah, here we are, enjoying the Portland waterfront trail. And we have a cop on the trail. We'll see what happens. We have a cop on the grass. Chilling on the grass. Going down the grass. That's weird. I guess just try and stay away from people, right? It's okay, officer. I stayed away from other people. It is fine. How fast was I going? Let me tell you, not very fast. But I was having a good time, officer. I promise. It's called an Mten3. You should try it. Oh, yeah. Okay, we have some open space here. We can try and do little circles and whatnot, right? Whew. Everybody wonder what is going on. I have since scrapped the pedals quite a bit. The last time I saw you, this wheel was basically brand new, and now the pedals are very, very scratched. So keep in mind, that will happen. Alright, let's go. Drawing too much attention. The other thing that I really wish this wheel had was speakers. That would be very nice. Speakers would be cool. You know what? I'm going to try and get off this walking trail. I'm going to get onto the bike lanes over here so that nobody yelled at me. Wow, it's been a long time since I've been in downtown. Quite some time. Here we go. This one is actually an entire car lane that was converted to bike use, which is great. Ah. Well, I hope you're all doing well out there on the YouTubes, on the internets. If you're looking for something to do, then buy an Mten3. Learn how to ride it. There's a lot of cops. There are a ton of cops out here. I just saw another one go by, staring at me. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm doing anything wrong. I mean, the shelter-in-place law is an action, but they say you can still go exercising. But what if this is my exercise? My feet need exercise, officer. I don't know. I feel like it's one of those laws where they don't necessarily want to get people in trouble, but like I'm not partying. I'm not around other people. In fact, you could say I'm possibly the loneliest person traveling through space. There's another dog that hates me. Ooh, getting beeps real early now. I guess we're probably around the 70% mark. I'm not sure. I can't really check, but I'm getting beeps. Albeit, this is probably how you're not supposed to ride this wheel. Ooh, I went right over that little piece of glass. I hope that is okay. This is probably not how you're supposed to ride this wheel. It's not a long distance, commuter. You could do it. Do you want to do it? No. Do you want to take like an open top Volkswagen Beetle across Route 66? Probably not. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I've never owned a Beetle. Tell me about it in the comments. But the analogy stands. It's a tiny, tiny wheel, and it's meant for like really fun things like skate parks. Ooh, that's another thing that we need to do is take it to. There's this really cool old like sacred skate park that I need to go into and disrupt everybody there and their vibes. I got another guy filming me while I am filming me. How cool. Oh, and I went backwards just as the light turned. Okay, that's how it be. Oh wow, there's a traffic jam going on. How is there a traffic jam? Oh, it's the train. Wow, this is like the first normal Portland experience that I've been able to show you. All these cars backed up. Wow, things are totally different down here. Definitely not the normal Portland carefree vibe. It is a different vibe for sure. I feel like I've got to like whisper, be in the shadows. This is the Steel Bridge. Now, this is a very old bridge. It was built in 1911 and it's massive. It is a massive old steel bridge. And it's kind of nuts when the draw section goes all the way up, it's super freaking tall. But I feel like it's going to be the first to go in the next big earthquake, so every time I go over it, I try to go quickly. Oh, there's quite a bit of people out here. Okay. Gonna try to not be near anybody. She was very impressed with the Mten3. Yet another reason to get one. Look at that. That's Portland. And that is the big pink building. This is one of the best cities to ride around, like these little personal electric vehicles, PEVs. It really is. Oh, and I just heard the low battery signal on my first gen AirPods. So we'll see if I can make it back with commentary. If not, I guess it's just going to be silent until the very end. Got a big old freight train passing us. Oh, no, it's an Amtrak. Look at that. Amtrak. Wow. Everybody, kids, look, it's an Amtrak. They still do things. Oh, man. One of the things that I am not very fond of the Mten3 is its acceleration power when merging into traffic situations. You just gotta wait. You just gotta be like more chill. You just gotta be chill when you're on the Mten3. But you can practically almost stand in place if you were a better rider than I am. Really gorgeous day. It's weird, you know, how it's so gorgeous, but it's got like this spookiness. What an interesting time for everybody. I think right now, possibly the best thing you can do is watch Bob Ross. You know, just watch him paint a little bit of color, a little bit of color. There. Oop, I got some people trying to turn into us. Now, this used to be a good stretch of road, but now they're doing tons of construction, so it's quite perilous. Oh man, that was a big bump. I'm gonna keep my distance from this biker ahead of me, because you never know. So, what do I think? Do I feel any remorse for my purchase? No, I don't. This is an excellent training wheel, and for anybody that wants to go on rides with me or learn what electric unicycles are all about, they can borrow my Mten3, and it provides a lot of new insight into the the fine granular control of an electric unicycle. It really teaches you a lot. And what I've noticed is after riding the M103 and getting back onto my 16X, I felt like a better rider. I felt like I discovered um, just new little nuances of how to become a very skilled rider. And that's what these are all about, is building skill, having fun. Gosh, this guy's going very slow. All right, buddy. Let's move faster than erosion. And there is the second AirPods battery warning, and I am almost back home. So I think that about sums it up, though. That was a nice little waterfront trail ride. Uh, it can hold its own, but for $500, $600, $599. If if you're looking for a wheel, you should get one. But keep in mind, you will get obsessed and you will fall in love and you'll want to buy another wheel. So if you want to go out and get like a wheel that you'll throw into better, like I don't know, go get another wheel that's bigger. Um, then you'll be able to go a lot farther. But this thing is just heaps and heaps of fun, and we are back. So thank you everybody for coming. I hope you're well. I'll see you in the next one.